What's going on, world? It's your boy J Man,
and it's your girl Ashley J.
And you have tuned into another banging episode of Generational Empowerment.
We got a special guest though.
We have a very special guest with us on today because this is our season finale for our Depression Awareness Season.
Yes.
So we have with us Mr. Rico Cassadine.
Hi everybody, what's going on?
No, Rico was with us before,
he was with us our second episode,
Yes.
And I'm back for the last one. Well, for the season finale.
The season finale of this one. You know, this one was kind of like dedicated to you in a sense, because as you see, we're in a total different element.
Alright, they made me feel so special.
We're on the couch, and it's just kind of
they
like
put some money into this bed.
It's we're on the couch, and it's just more or less a just like that relaxing set where you can just kind of like, this is our set where at the end of the day you can open up and you can really, you know, just kind of like let it all out. You know what I'm saying? Take the shoes off, get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, bring it all home.
You know, this awareness was very special because, you know, a lot of people don't get to talk about this, you know, and Rico was so fortunate to be vulnerable with us and, you know, just kind of share some light on things that, you know, I even need help with. Like I told Jay, I'm one emotional away from being depressed. Like, but, you know, I don't want to go fully on there. So we really thank you for just being transparent and believing in us to come on our show the second time. Because, you know, we was having some video issues last year.
Yeah, we was. And I was upset about that because, you know, we only got like just a little snippet of you on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
So it's just like, you know, this one we want to make sure that you're absolutely uploaded to our YouTube channel because, you know, we've been following you in your process because
y'all have been with me from jump.
Yeah, from when you first started up until now. I mean, how many songs you got now?
I got a whole EP out, with 3 features out, and about 5 more on the way.
And
plus I got some songs that I've written for people on the way. 3 videos out.
I think one,
Leaving in about a week or 2 to go to New York to film a video and work New York Fashion Week.
That's what's up.
Doing big things. You got so much stuff in store for you to say. What did he say?
He said he was depressed, basically.
Yeah,
he was suffering from depression.
You have so much going on that, not saying that you are not validated to go through those things. It's just that, you know, maybe you're looking at the wrong things. You know, instead of looking at all these things that you have going on, people wish that they could be going to New York. They could really put themselves out there where they can record. They can be expressive with themselves and say, hey, I am Rico Cassadine. You're going to like it, you're going to love it. If not, keep it moving.
And you know what's so funny? If this was before all this, I would feel the exact same way you would. But being in this process, I see why artists feel so alone. I understand why, because you are basically alone.
Really?
Like, dead serious. Like, through all this, like, long hours of working, coming home, being by yourself, having to figure out if people are your friends because they're your friends, or if they want to be your friends because of clout, or it's a very daunting process to actually be an artist. Like, it's very lonely.
Yeah, that's why you was like, man, I just want to come home, have me a little blunt with my boo.
I just want to, like, literally, like, if anybody knows me, I'm a hopeless romantic on top of anything. So my thing is, when it comes to this part of my life right now, and I tell it to my record label, like the Bugs Gutter, who's the manager over me, one of the managers over me, he doesn't understand how I be, because he's in a relationship. His whole thing is he wish he had the freedom that I had sometimes. And I be like, it's nothing more satisfying than coming home to somebody that knows you in and out, knows your mood swings, knows how you feel, and just being able to just lay up and not have to talk about nothing.
But I think in relationships, especially for men, because men crave that independence, you know, in relationships where they can just have total freedom to be themselves, you know, go out, or, you know, and those are the things that they don't necessarily have to have their partners with. So he may see like, okay, you get to do these things, and maybe he may love his relationship, but that element,
he wants that freedom. But, and I tell him this all the time, you're talking to a person that has been single for going on 9+ years now.
Oh wow.
But has not been in a real committed relationship where you had to put in work.
Yeah.
Because for me, dating for me is very much so, I make a mistake, they done.
Okay.
It's very much so that. Like, and I know I'm not the easiest person to get along with at times or to understand or to figure out, but people don't put in work like that.
Yeah, that work is definitely needed. So we're gonna take a quick break, and when we get back, we're gonna indulge into relationships and having someone that deal with depression. You know, because I think, like you said, 9 years, you haven't been. Well, we'll talk about if you've been in a relationship, or you just been dating. So guys, tune back in a second.
Welcome back, guys. I'm your boy, J-Man.
And I'm your girl, Ashley J.
And we got our boy Rico in the building with us on today. So when we left off, we kind of just dug a little bit into like a little bit of your relationship. We can call it fiascos in the sense of entanglements. As we close out the month of August.
Entangled.
As we close out the month of August. But what we really wanted to kind of get into was trying to date or trying to build a relationship with either dealing with the depression or dealing with someone who has it.
Yeah.
It's difficult. A lot of people are embarrassed by I know I can speak for myself. It's embarrassing sometimes to admit to someone that you're depressed.
Yeah.
Especially
or you deal with depression.
Or you deal with depression, especially when it comes to dating, and it depends on what part of the dating phase you're in. You're not going to tell nobody that you suffer from depression at the beginning of dating.
Yeah, that's true.
And it gets in the way because I have tried to date someone and deal with depression at the same time. And it's hard because it's like you don't want to express to them what's going on because you don't want them to think you're crazy in your head.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes when it comes to depression, you can't explain why you're feeling this way. So when they say, well, tell me, it's like, I would love to, but bitch, I don't know. In my head, I'm going, I just feel sad. I mean, I know it's something that's causing it, but it's like, I don't know how to sit down and explain to you, hey, baby, I'm depressed because ... You know what I'm saying? Because depression, it doesn't come with an outline. And it doesn't, and different things can trigger depression.
Yeah.
Like I'll say, my grandmother just died about last month.
Oh wow.
My grandmother died. And that triggered a very deep depression because of the fact that I felt guilty because she was very sick and I stopped going to see her. Because I didn't want to remember her that way.
Yeah.
But that was selfish in my own right. So I had to deal with the fact that I did that. And it hurt.
Yeah.
And it put me in a deep place where everything starts coming. It's like when you're depressed, it's not over one situation.
Yeah.
It's a buildup of things that has happened and occurred.
Yeah.
And you sit and you just wallow and you sit in your own thoughts.
Yeah.
It's yourself.
Okay, so when you are dealing with someone, so what are you expecting or what would you like for that person to express to you with you dealing with depression? Like, what is it that is difficult with being in a relationship, dealing with depression, that you wish things could, kind of be different? Like,
I wish it was easier to explain to a person what it is you're mentally going through when you're depressed.
But even if you can't really explain, what are some gestures or some things that, you know what I'm saying, like that could make the process easier?
I get what she's saying. So basically, in a sense, how can the person on the other end basically open that door to where you feel vulnerable enough to express, hey, this is why I feel this way, this is why.
Well, not even necessarily like how I feel this way, but just make like, you don't have to tell me like X, Y, and Z.
But how can you be there to comfort?
Yeah, like, okay, I if I'm on my cycle, I'm not gonna tell you like these are pains I'm going through, right? But you're gonna come home with candy. You get what I'm saying? You wanna do those type of things that make the process easier.
See, with me, That's why when I date, I take my time.
Yeah.
Because I don't care if I've known you all my life. Dating is different than me just knowing you as a person.
Mm-hmm.
I have to learn the ins and outs of you, how you work. I like to, this is how, when I find someone I'm attracted to, I like to be around them.
Because you're going to see how they interact.
And I like to make them feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want them to feel like I'm their friend. Because you talk to your friend different than you talk to your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see how you talk to your friend. So I know what you're giving me and what you're doing. When you learn, it takes time to learn someone.
Yeah, it does.
And when you learn your mate and you see the mood changes and the shift change, you know how to, I would like say if me and Jamie, if we were together, he doesn't like to be bothered when he's sick. Mm-hmm. He doesn't want everybody all up under him. So if he's sick, I'm not going to get in the bed and be, oh, la, la. No, I'm not.
But he really
I know. Trust me, I know.
He act like that, but that's golden to really knowing someone, because a lot of times people say, hey, you know, I want this and this,
but that's not what they really want.
That's what you may think that you need or you may want, but really, because even the situation happened, and I asked Jay for advice, like, what should I do or whatever. In my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, maybe they probably just need, you know, some time. Like, Jay, nah, they need you to go see them. You know what I'm saying? They need you to go see them. So I'm like, okay. And when you go see them, just be there. You know?
And that's all you have to do is just be, and for some people.
And we're back. Sorry about that. Had a few technical issues.
No, we had no technical issues. Somebody was kidnapping a child.
Right. Somebody decided to steal a child while we were bored.
Yeah. Amber alert.
Amber alert. So yes, we are back. We are back. Where did we leave off?
Oh, we were talking about
what you can do to accommodate, someone.
Yes, ways to basically accommodate a person, or not even necessarily accommodate, but to make a person feel good during their battles with depression. Accommodate.
Yeah, accommodate. You know, I'm a dictionary.
Well, I know for me, I know a lot of people that suffer from depression say they want to be left alone, but really they want somebody to comfort them and be there for them because they feel lonely inside.
Well, I guess the hard part about that is that when you're trying to be there for that person, they kind of shut you out.
They will. Mm-hmm. But to just know that you're there and around comforts them. Mm-hmm. You don't have to ask questions. You don't have to try to figure it out. Yeah. Just you to just lay there or to be there next to them to know that they feel safe and they feel comfort. That helps a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because a lot of people that suffer from depression feel abandoned or they feel lonely.
Neglected.
That's basically your mind telling you that nobody wants you in your head, and that brings on stuff like that.
You know, even just regular relationships, friendships, and you feeling like a person don't care, and you trying to put, you know, even Rod Wave said like that toxic trait that he has when, you know, when I'm expressing distance, but I really don't want distance. You know, I don't want no distance, and like I'm really pushing you away, but I really want you to stay. You know, and like we always say, a lot of these things come from our childhood. A lot of it stems from bad relationships over and over. And you know, we take on these things and we wear that as an armor, and it's so hard to kind of like, you know, still try to be healthy, but still try to cling to the things that are normal, you know, that you created as normal. So I think that's the biggest thing. Like for me, when we came about with depression, and like I said, I'm one emotion away. I could literally like hit rock bottom because my emotions are so strong. I say like the current of the ocean. When they come, I probably go do a massacre. You know what I'm saying? If it was really left up to allow my emotions to control, because I do deal with abandonment issues. I do deal with, you know, just wanting a certain type of love because I didn't get it, you know, growing up, or in relationships where I thought I should have, or me having this whole ride or die mentality, and it's just like everybody ain't on that. You know what I'm saying?
Or everybody don't have the same heart as you, so at the end of the day, you always feel let down. You always feel,
or they don't have the same love language as you.
Well,
not even more say like the love language, because if we together, you should be feeling the same way I'm feeling, in the sense of when it comes to emotion, like not because the love language, it deals with, you know, how you express and how you receive, but that doesn't take away from the love. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a problem, your problem, my problem. That's how we rocking. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, but when it comes to depression, you can't. I say love language because if I know you're an introvert and I'm cool with that and I'm down with that, but if I'm going through something, I know in my head I can't expect for you to be emotional or come over there and understand me, because that's not your normal thing to do, is to understand this type of emotion. Because I've dealt with people who was like, why you so mad? Like, why you so upset? Like, I don't get it. Like, some people just don't get it sometimes.
Yeah, some people just don't get it. But, you know, and that factors in the maturity level, the emotional intelligence, where you at, you know, because a lot of people got this list of things that they say they want, but they're not necessarily putting it out there for that person either. You know, they're saying, hey, you know, when I'm going through this, I need you to do this, you know, such as you're dealing with depression. But what are you giving as well to, hey, I understand that because I've been doing this and you have really went over above and beyond, and now you appreciate it in a different way. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people, they just caring about that one way type of atmosphere and not just the overall thing, and seeing people, well, seeing that person as like, that's caring, that's love, versus, you know, I guess when you say like the love language, you know. So, you know,
I just believe that to me it all goes down to being a friend first.
yes.
Because if you know this person and you know how this person is and you know what happens when certain things happen in this person's life, you know how to react to it.
Yeah.
So that's why I always tell people, when you decide to date someone, take your time. Do not have sex first. Sex fucks up everything. It always does. I usually make them wait at least 6 to 7 months before. If I'm serious about a person, I literally make them wait 6 to 7 months.
Because their representative is gone at 4.
Actually, it's 2 years. The real representative is gone.
You think you can bring a hold of 2
some people can literally live up to the image that you want them to have.
But then I feel like that goes into you ignoring. If a person can keep up 2 years alive, bro, you would just ignore, because I'm sorry, as human beings, we are so flawed with keeping up lives. We're trying to maintain the same emotion or the same type of behavior. It's some breadcrumbs. God always gives us breadcrumbs no matter what.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We choose to ignore.
we choose to ignore them. We don't pick them up. We just sweep them under the rug, or just keep it pushing.
But I'm a big believer in hold out on sex. You'll really. I'm a Scorpio, so I'm a very sexually active person. But if I freaking love you, or if I see you, my thing is now, and I think another reason why I've been single so long, I don't date to just date anymore.
You date with a purpose.
I date with a purpose, and anybody that I get serious with, I take them through a 6 to 7 month trial period, where I'm really trying to get to see who you are as a person.
Yeah, I think we all should do that. I think that's just, sometimes I need to see, you know what I'm saying?
I'm like that
Because if
too.
it ain't really going on, then I don't care about how good and sweet you are to me.
But my biggest thing is, being the young me, bitch, before first I figure out who you are later. Because I need to understand if I'm going to be able to stay in this and be faithful.
Yeah.
But me being an older person, sex doesn't really do anything for me unless there's intimacy attached now. And I've noticed that, and I hate that.
Yeah.
Because I can't just, the 20-year-old me,
oh yeah,
could bop, 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 and be good. Bitch, now I be like, okay, baby, get up off me. I ain't got time. I got to go to work tomorrow. You got to go. Because, like, I can't sexually be pleased unless there's emotions. If I don't feel like this is a movie and I'm like, in my head, I be having a whole set. Yeah, it be a whole scene in my head. If I'm not getting that, then I'm not happy.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Like, even for me, I used to be like, I ain't with all that love making.
Me neither.
Now that I've got older and I've seen the difference, it's like things flow a lot differently when intimacy is feelings involved, emotions and connections. You know what I'm saying? Things, you know, are replenished for a while. So, guys, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we be back. When we get back. Depression awareness.
Alright.
Becky back.
Now, guys, we are back.
Yes. I could barely say we'll be back.
Right. It just, you know, things just be throwing you off if you're trying to throw off your atmosphere because we're trying to get a message across.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing for this month has been depression awareness, being aware of where you stand in life, what is your mental triggers, what is bringing you down, what is stopping you from becoming a better you at the end of the day, what is stopping you from, you know, being able to move forward in life, move forward in relationships, move forward in friendships. You know, at the end of the day, it is this D word that gets passed around. But it gets passed around so lightly sometimes, so people don't understand the seriousness of it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that it's not just affecting adults; it affects children as well. You know, like I expressed to you guys previously, what really brought this about was because of my little brother, and just knowing that that was something that he was suffering with, and you know, and then it took once kind of digging into this depression thing, I had to do some soul searching for myself to kind of realize, why do I run away from quote unquote relationships? Or
you run away from relationships?
Why do
I think you're just gonna be reciprocating what Jay be putting out.
I don't necessarily. It's not necessarily. It's a lot that goes into it, but I also run myself, and that is just because of a lot of the different things that I have dealt with from childhood, adulthood, you know, thinking that people that were supposed to be close to you and this and the third, and then it's also those broken relationships that I want to mend so badly before I feel like I can move forward with anything else, if that makes sense. And
explain, what do you mean?
So
broken relationships, like relationships?
Broken relationships as far as, you know, the relationships that you have with your family members, the relationships that you have with friends. I don't have any love relationships that are broken that I feel that need to be fixed. I think I'm in a much better place as it comes to people that have been in my life that were either a part of my love life or attempted to be. I think I'm in a much better place with them, but I had to do some soul searching for myself to understand why I was the way that I was and why I moved the way that I move, and why it's a good coworker of mine, she always says, "Oh Jay, they here today and gone tomorrow, and you don't have no problem just like, oh okay baby," and you know what I'm saying, just cutting them off. And it's because at the end of the day, I'm also battling with things within myself, or I've always used the excuse of, oh, I'm working on me, or I'm focused on something else right now, and it's just kind of like, oh, it's not the time. But it's more or less of, no, I'm battling with something inside of myself that I have to work on internally, because otherwise, throughout this relationship, it ain't gonna be good. Because the way that I'm gonna try and cope with certain things, it's not gonna be good for me. You know that
coping mechanism.
My coping mechanism. You know that PM name. We're not gonna repeat that, but that PM name, that's my coping mechanism.
Okay.
So, what it took.
If y'all would have thought one popped in my head. I don't know why Paul my son popped in my head.
But no, it is not that.
I know
It's not that, but that's my coping mechanism, and I've been very vulnerable with, you know, our audience and this and the third, but unfortunately that's just something I'm not willing to be vulnerable about.
Because they're going to come at you in the DMs.
Because they're going to come at me in the DMs, and it ain't going down.
But yeah, I feel like we, as human beings, we all have those coping mechanisms. We all have flaws, and we all have vices. You know, that's what makes us have to get up every morning, pray, and be able to submit ourselves to God, because that's what makes us flawed. That's what gives us the opportunity to get renewed and restored within Him. And you know, we're not gonna be perfect. And for me, like when I'm in a relationship, yeah, I'm not perfect, but when things do arise, and we see that that's a problem, I feel like we should speak about it. We should come together, make a solution, and move forward with it instead of antagonizing each other based on when something else goes wrong. We bring it up and we allow things to fester and really hit those low blows that shouldn't. You get what I'm saying?
Well, maybe I'm a low blow hitter.
See, me, I'm not a low blow hitter because I go for the jugular.
Well, I go for the kill shot.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that because then I'm so sensitive. So if you can't make that with me, it's gonna be rage.
See, I wouldn't be mad about that. What gets me is when I'm angry or when I'm upset or when somebody I feel like hurt me. I'm like that. I go in for the kill shot. And then when I get to the kill shot and I do it, I sit back and I go,
why do I do that?
I done crossed the line of no return.
Yeah.
And it'd be so funny because I'll talk myself right up there. Stop. Don't text back. Don't say nothing else.
Yeah.
Don't do it, bitch. Fuck them. And then I done read your mama, your sister, your brother, your daddy, and then when I get that fuck you text back, I'm like, yeah, man, I crossed the line of no return.
Yeah. And I think that's the biggest thing where we have to, we have to explain things more. You know what I'm saying? Like, and your coping mechanism, I'm not gonna say like it's the worst thing, but at the end of the day, that's just coming from a single standpoint. I don't think that mechanism would per se, I could be totally wrong, we have it.
What, during a relationship?
Yeah. Oh, okay then. So, yes, but that is something that you cannot do, but I just feel like you have to be open and vulnerable, but with the right person and with the right timing, because if you allow that monster to open up in the beginning, this is what I tell people, if you want to open your soul to someone, at least do it to someone that you know that is good hands. You know what I'm saying? Because those same things, they're going to come and taunt you with every situation they can bring up to try to merge this situation with that situation so it can pierce you and make them validate what they're saying so they can get what they want or it can justify the things that they feel. It's just unfair. Me, I am a hopeless romantic when it comes to things. And I feel like I deal with people that I see that have the greatest potential. So I feel like, okay, and I'll create this whole world. Even if it's a guy I just met, I'll create a whole world, walk down the aisle and
I do the same.
Everything too.
I've been married like 4 times.
I've been married 10 times.
I've been married 4 times. Still claiming folk on Instagram.
So, but I'm open and I'm saying, hey, like I got abandonment issues. I never knew my father, but those things I still deal with. I probably do have daddy issues. That's why X, Y, Z.
Bad boy.
I'm gonna say I like bad boys. No, because I've been in 2 relationships.
Does she like bad boys?
No, I don't think it's bad boys.
Does she have the hero syndrome?
She don't have hero syndrome either.
No.
She plays damsel in distress well.
Good one.
She plays damsel in distress well. Trust me. I get a text message about a $75 sticker book, baby, and she gonna try and plead her case.
But I think for some people it's easier to come to. It took me a long time to actually be able to be comfortable enough to express to someone.
Yeah.
Like, and I'll use Jay for an example. Like when we dated.
Y'all dated?
Yeah, long story. But when we dated, it was hard. We both actually were going through, I think, the toughest times of our lives.
We were going through that, and that's what it really was. We were both
going through the
really
toughest times in our life, and trying to make a relationship on top of him going through something, I'm going through something. He trying to tell me about what he's going through, and it's like, well, I need to sit here and listen, but then it's like, it was hard to communicate.
And the thing about it was, I'm telling him how I feel and what I got going on and this and the third and how broken I am and yada yada yada, not knowing that he's dealing with stuff on the inside because he's not expressing. He's just taking it all in.
So he was oppressed him.
Right. So he's taking it away.
But and then later on, when it got to the point where he felt isolated and alone, and he didn't feel like it was a romantic connection. That's not what it was. It was the fact that I didn't want to put my shit on top of his.
Yeah.
So I know how hard it is for him to talk to people about things. So he don't do that here, guys. So when he opened up to me like that, I didn't feel like I should, I felt like this is the moment where he's doing something he normally doesn't do. Let me take that in for him. Let me be his punching bag right now. Going through my own stuff, and I'm feeling like I didn't want to put my shit on top of him.
But what we probably can both say and realize now, it would have helped both of us at the same time. If he would have opened up and been like, well, damn, and then we could have just kind of like bounced off of each other and this and the third.
You would have found a solution.
Yeah, for
you
each
trying
other.
to put your stuff to the back burner. You trying to put your stuff to the back burner and just like nothing is ever getting. But I want to even commend you guys for even coming to this mature place now, because even to still get to a place where you guys can cohabitate in the same.
But it didn't end. Well, we did have.
Well, I think we had. I think it was a little patch of time.
It was a little anger.
Yeah, it was a little patch of time.
The reason why we broke up pissed me off because of the fact that I just tell the story. I was basically holding back emotion because of the fact that what we were both going through. And when we first started, we said friends. We said we're just good friends and we're good friends. In his head, it escalated, but he never communicated that to me, so I left it as just friends, and I didn't want to push the issue.
I was just telling Jay that
I didn't want to push the issue of the relationship because of the fact that we were going through what we were going through. So I just felt like he just needed somebody there with him, and I just wanted to be there with him.
But now hindsight, it would have been best.
Oh, baby, I should have told him off top, nigga, you mine. Like, I should have said it off real.
I mean, but you have to also look at this situation. He flew me to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Like, we spent Valentine's Day in Vegas.
He pissed me off.
We spent Valentine's Day in Vegas, and
we weren't romantic at all.
There was no romance. None.
There was anger and pissosity from the jump. Because I don't fly. That was my first time.
He had to fly by himself because I missed my flight.
And that was my first time flying since I was 15 years old. And I'm scared of planes. I had to literally hold a little white lady's hand the whole time.
So
then he got mad at me for not picking him up at the airport. So instead of coming in, bitch, I feel like we were Derwin and Melody watching the game all over again. Watching the game all over again. Now they're playing out like that. Because when he got there, he was mad that I couldn't pick him up from the airport. First of all, I got a rental car. Didn't know how to get back to the fucking airport. And I knew there was a shuttle that'll take him from wherever to wherever I was.
Baby, I found the most expensive Uber I could find and got me a ride around the city.
They came right to the thing. And then it was like, instead of us, a lot of our issues was.
We're back.
All right, guys, and we're back. And when we left off, things had gotten a little personal around here.
But much needed because we really showed, gave some clarity on a lot of things that I feel like that will help you guys in the future with knowing, like, you can't be. And that's what I used to do as well. I used to put my emotions, my feelings, my concerns, or what I was going through, and I take on someone else's because I feel like I'm so strong.
Right.
But being too strong is toxic.
It is.
You can't be too strong.
I've seen that, and I know how strong he is as a friend to a lot of people. So at that point in time in my life, I thought he needed that same person. So that's why I didn't want to put my shit on him.
Yeah.
Which now I should just let it all out there.
And not even just like put your shit on him, but just more so of like, you guys were to open up, hey, this is what I'm dealing with, this is what I'm dealing with, and found some type of solution or found some type of common ground. So you wouldn't feel like you had no voice and you wouldn't felt however you felt. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the biggest thing that I think a lot of people do in friendships and relationships. And no problem is greater than anybody's problem. You know what I'm saying? What you dealing with, what I'm dealing with, I can't say, because you lost a mom and I lost a sister, that, you know what I'm saying, yours is greater because, you know what I'm saying, because it's the connection to things. Or I lost a dog. I remember this girl, never forget, this girl, parrot died. She said she couldn't go to work. Her ferret died. She couldn't go to work.
Little rat.
Yeah, the long little rat thing. Yeah. But she could tell she had the ferret on a screensaver. all these
She
things.
was in love with you.
Oh, that was her best friend.
That was her friend, and I was just like, she can't come to work for no fair. What? Like crazy. But now I'm in a different space, and I see things because you never know. Somebody may move to Atlanta that's by themselves. This is their only. I wouldn't say their only, but this is that connection that's safe haven for them. So if this pet dies, it's like the whole world is crumbling down right now. I need to take some time to withdraw. You know, if my little Layla died with something going on, GE gonna have to take a little thought.
And that's understandable. That's
I'm still rolling. But that's because I have no attachment. Like
right.
things I can detach quickly. I don't care marriage, relationship, friendship. Like I know how to detach so well that it's very toxic.
Like that is toxic.
Yes, I would act like I never cared about you.
I'm the same.
I killed you 12 times
In
in different ways and everything.
Enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
I know how it goes.
But it's unhealthy. That's why generational empowerment breaks its curses, and we are trying to implement things where we give people different perspectives on, whatever situation you may be dealing with.
But when it comes to depression, accepting the fact that you are a person that suffers from depression helps starts the learning process.
Yes.
Because once you finally accept the fact that you are a person that suffers from depression, you can start exploring the reasons why you suffer from depression.
Yeah.
And when I took the time to start actually looking into understanding why I suffer or what causes the trigger, like you say, a lot of it stems from childhood.
Yeah. I build up.
Because like I was sitting there and I had a long conversation with my mom about a lot of things that went on in high school, in elementary school, and middle school, and my weight. And I said this when I talked about fitness.
Yeah.
My weight has always been my biggest trigger. Like I said, when I was in middle school, I had a teacher go just like this. And like, ooh, he's starting to get little titties. Like, she's talking to my mother. I'm standing right there, and she literally goes like that.
Yeah.
And to a child in middle school that already knows that they're not. I was in middle school, so I knew I was already different.
Yeah.
And I knew what. And then you start pointing out flaws.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry. It's like.
I gotta add this on.
Fucked up all the way around.
Yeah, I totally
And
understand.
then growing up in Atlanta and growing up through no facts, no films, being told you cute for a little fat boy, or being told, oh, you a little too big for me. Like that's damaging. I was in the gay lifestyle at 15 and 16, so that's damaging for somebody who's going through the developmental stages.
Yeah. And I think, and that's why we're going to give a little sneak peek. Next month is body confidence.
Yes, God.
So
body confidence. So,
yeah. You want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, so Jay and I, it just came to me. I don't know. I was like, yeah, we should do body confidence because, it just stems from a lot of people are not. They don't have like a healthy lifestyle with themselves, whether they think they got little booty, little breasts, it's whole little booties matter or this matters or this, even before the whole Black Lives Matter, when they had the whole big booty matters, little booty matters, if you got little breasts, you got a long nose or dark skin, light skin, that has been going on forever. So, body confidence, is something that Jay and I deal with, that we speak on. So we are starting this. What is it? Weight loss or
I think it's more or less.
Really,
we're just gonna say it's building body confidence.
Yeah, building body confidence. So if you want to lose a couple of pounds, we're gonna pick a park at a specific day on specific time on certain days, and we're gonna get it in. I've lost 50 pounds before, gained 50 pounds, lost 50 pounds again. So I know what it takes. It's just more so the consistency. I know the routine. I know
holding each other accountable. I think
accountability.
The biggest thing for us is we wanted to involve our followers because it's just kind of like it's so many people that follow us that at the end of the day feel some kind of way about their body or feel some kind of way maybe about their appearance, like, my legs could look a little bit different or this could look a little bit different. So this is an opportunity for you to say, hey, let me go join GE. And of course, in the midst of us working out and everything else, we're still going to have some sort of empowerment that comes along with that.
Yeah.
But it's more or less we're at a time and place where we have to be more accountable for everything that we do. And we want to just put ourselves in a positive position. And I know for me, like, I just hit 30. So everything's supposed to slow down and this, then the third. And I know the body mass that I carry just because of my family members. So I know all it takes for me to actually get into the gym and work out this, and the third, y'all gonna be like, oh damn, who that? You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to have a nice face, it's another thing to have a nice body to go along with it.
I would say God blessed me with one and not the other. I went to school I went to class when he was passing out good looks, but when I skipped gym when he was passing out bad.
And that's so crazy because, we have these outlets such as like Facebook, Instagram, where you can go through your feed, they're going to show you. So literally yesterday, like a year and a half ago, I was slim, like slim.
Snatch.
I was like, hold up, let me get right and stop playing because I'm a gym rat. Like when I get close, men come in the gym, like I want to work out with you. I'm benching heavy, I was benching like 300 pounds and I got some guy came in, I got distracted and it locked my legs and my lower back. I had to get an MRI and everything. So it kind of messed me up a little bit. So I don't go as heavy no more, but I can get in the gym for 2 hours. Like I know what it takes and I love working out. It just, what is it? The oxytocin that comes when you work out. It gives you that euphoric feeling where you feel happy, the juice is flowing. All those things. So that's what we want to bring. We just want to bring happiness, love, prosperity, and that comes with inside and out. We speak on building a heart, building, mending a relationship with yourself, with, the outside world, but also building a relationship with your body, however you want to look, And it's really easy. It really just takes some consistency, some willpower,
some accountability.
And some accountability. Not even a lot of patience because when you get to it, man, you gonna forget about how long, cause stuff gonna be falling off.
Yeah, once you start seeing it, because you feel it first. Yeah. And the way you feel it is because you wake up feeling differently.
Trainer who cusses me out every day because I need patience. I'm the type of person I want to see it now. Bitch, I feel like I done started the whole week and I done did lunges and jumping jacks and all that.
But I feel like you're talking about doing what you can do outside of once you leave that gym. So you're not seeing, I'm telling you, you will see results as little as 3 weeks.
That means I'm not pulling up the JJs, I'm not pulling up
to be fair. But to be fair.
I lost 50 pounds.
To be fair, my trainer builds muscle. So, you gain muscle puts on weight, but then once it
but also like
it eats the fat
you have to determine you trying to gain weight or you trying to
gain muscle.
You know what I'm saying? You can either
see at this point in my life
strength train or you just lose weight.
I'm trying to strength train because of the fact that I done just gave up on the fact my body has a certain type. Yeah.
You big boned.
No, I don't believe in big bone.
No, that is true.
It is?
Very true. So, we're going to get all into it because,
Okay, I'm sorry. I done changed.
In my anatomy class, we really, because I used to be saying like, there's a thing called bone density, right? So, they was giving this diagram, they was showing how, a person that has more meat on their bones or whatever, they're just more heavy. You see them little kids that you be like, what they got going on? That's passed genetically, hereditary from their fathers.
Got big bones.
Sure, very much, but in the matter that you can lose weight. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta understand when you are strength training, so all you're gonna be doing is toning up your fat.
That's what I'm trying to do.
But you're not gonna be that slim how you think you envision. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna be toning up just like wrestlers do, right?
I'm starting
that big weight, they just toned up that fat on them. Yeah. That's how it is. But if you're trying to be slim, little waist, little back, and this and that, you're gonna have to do cardio, nothing but cardio. So I broke the whole thing down. When I was into it. And relationship came and I was eating at night with him. You know what I'm saying?
I like that happy weight though. That happy weight be fun.
That happy weight.
Until you wake up and realize you got that happy weight. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's usually when they're gone.
Exactly.
Right.
So, that's what we have coming up soon. Next week, we'll be starting Body Confidence. So, if you guys want to start with us and you need motivation, you need accountability, Jay and I are going to be very serious, and Jay is a poster child for American Deli. He is a poster child. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jay, I don't even play. Jay, come on, give me my drums. Like, but I feel like we know, because Jay always talk about, if I get five, I'm already cute in the face, you know, Jay, I just need that body. And I be looking at pictures, I'm showing you a picture, and you're going to be like, Ashley, stop playing with yourself. Seriously, like, let's get back on this horse. So, yes, that's what we have coming up. And I'm just so thankful to even have this platform to be able to help people that once within my shoes or, you know, are struggling with a lot of things that I've dealt with. You know, I'm not perfect, but I did the hard work. I didn't sit in no chair with no therapist and talk, and then afterwards didn't put no work in. I really did. And if a person say I'm still a certain type of way, that's because, you know, at a certain point you have to handle people accordingly. You know what I'm saying? You can't even be that person that you need to be because it's just like they're not even respecting you in the fact of your new person.
Right.
You know, a lot of people can't accept that. We have to be truthful.
People can't respect that. People can't respect the fact that you changing. Guys, and we're back. So, Ashley suggested that we play a little game.
So, you know, coming up, we are revamping GE with some new twists and turns, and you're gonna see a lot of new things for us. You know, you got me effed up, messed up, and we're gonna bring it into a.
Let me break that down.
Yeah, because that's you.
Okay, let me break that down. So, guys, when I first kind of came up with the "You Got Me Fucked Up," you know, just to be clear, it was in a sense of it was where. You know, how somebody just had you messed up, like they said something crazy, oh, you got me, whatever.
You waiting in traffic, the traffic got me fucked up.
Yeah, you waiting in traffic, or you didn't have some bad customer service somewhere. You know, but I wanted to, and it was also kind of brought to me, I was trying to figure out, that's why I just kind of like fell off, because I wanted to do something more with it. So it brought on another brand of mine, which I will be bringing out to you guys. But what I want to bring to the "You Got Me Fucked Up" is basically if somebody says, "Oh, you're gonna be another statistic," or "You're gonna be just like your dad," or "You ain't never gonna amount to nothing,"
or that's the thing that you tell yourself.
You know, or those are the things that you tell yourself, basically to help with those different mind wanders that you have going on.
Yeah.
I want to paint "You Got Me Fucked Up" into a positive light. Like, you got me fucked up if you think I'm gonna be another statistic. You got me fucked up if you think I'm being a fat boy for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? You got me fucked up if, you know, you think I'm always going to have financial issues or whatever it is that you might be going through that kind of plays in your head all the time. Because I'm one of those people where I overthink, I overanalyze, I downplay myself, I downplay where I am and this and the third. And I want to get to a point of where, you know what I'm saying, I see the cup half full rather than half empty.
Yeah.
And I think that's I know that's the light in which I'm trying to shed as far as "You Got Me Fucked Up" goes. I want it to be painted in a positive light to where at the end of the day when it is used, it's not used where it sounds so derogatory.
Yeah.
I understand that it has a, you know, derogatory word in it, but it's used in the sense of, no, it's like building up that confidence, it's building up that strength within you.
Yeah.
And I wanted to touch on something that you talked about before we went on break about, you know, being blessed to be on this platform. I was talking to some family members of mine, and I was telling them that I wish there was something like the podcast that, you know, Ashley and I do when I was growing up, or, you know, when I was becoming an adult, because at the end of the day, a lot of the things that I wanted to talk about then, or that were on my mind then, or that, you know, I was battling with, which is why we battle with them today, is because they weren't talked about. You know, and I think it's really just like a big blessing that this is where we are, and this is, you know, kind of like we're bringing things to the forefront that people are so scared to talk about, or people just at the end of the day, oh, don't nobody want to hear about that. Well, we're moving away from what people really don't want to hear about, because I'm at a point where I want to remove myself from things that happen within the shade room and this and the third, all the drama and the negativity and this and the third, and this celebrity got this going on, or she dating this person, or he dating a tranny now, and
normalizing stuff. Just like what Erica Mena was talking about, like y'all saying, my husband corny because he ain't no thug, and he ain't, you know what I'm saying, he comfortable where he is, and he want to dance, and he want to do this, or he not no gangbanger or whatever. Like, that's cool, you know. Let's normalize or bring things to the forefront that people don't want to speak on it. I think that's what GE is all about, bringing awareness and bringing and highlighting those things that you know we push down, that we don't want to speak about. And we have gotten alarming rate of people commenting, people DMing us, telling us their story. Hey, a lot of my friends that was dealing with depression that I would have never thought, like, because they paint this picture on social media or around me that you don't even know, and they're just like, oh, when I seen that, or when you guys really brought that to the light, it put things out. So we're gonna get right into.
Eric from the husband is corny.
Okay. We can still cut it off because I'm thinking. Our new. Well, I'm gonna say new. This may be something we just testing out now. You know, this little game, we're gonna have a little fun, we're gonna spice it up. You know, so Rico suggested
Word association.
Word association. Never heard of it, don't know how to play. So,
Really?
yes. You know, I'm from the hood.
It's basically it's basically I say a word and you tell me the first thing that comes to your mind, then you explain it. Why was that the first thing that came to your mind?
Okay, that sounds good. I think that's dope. So you wanna kick it off?
First word, cookbook.
muffins.
Why muffins?
Because I think that's something that you always see on like the cover of a cookbook is like either muffins or a muffin pan.
Cookbook, I think of a crock pot.
Okay, I can understand that.
Like immediately I thought of a crock pot. Preferably I thought of baby girl crock pot.
Who
got the cookbook and everything. No, the black girl. She was on Love and Hip Hop. She got a cookbook. I can't figure her name. She had the waist trainer. She was the first one with the waist trainer. All the celebrities were wearing her waist trainers. Huh?
Are you talking about in New York?
No, in Atlanta. Dark skinned lady. I'm gonna have to bring it up after
you definitely gonna have
get off. But she got she got a crock pot, she got a cookbook, she got seasoning, all that. I cannot. Prima Donna.
Prima Donna.
Yeah,
I know that. But she's not Atlanta, she's Florida.
Oh, she's Florida?
Right.
Oh, I thought she was Atlanta. But yeah,
She's from Miami.
crock pot. So, first thing to come to mind, sex.
Deep throat.
I don't even want to ask that. I ain't gonna.
That's self-explanatory.
Desert.
Somebody dry.
Desert. When you think about sex, you think about
Well, today, when I think about it, that's what comes to my mind.
Oh, you got a drop.
Well,
drop
me on
season.
It's drop season. I've been learning too much.
Hood, yes. I'm from the hood, baby. You will never know. People be like, girl, you're not from the hood. Back here in court, baby.
Yay! I love roll.
No, then I had got a little nice life and moved. But, yeah, Jay, your turn.
Bank.
Ooh,
Money bag.
in the bag. I am in my bag.
I can make sure I send my hair to you.
Huh? There, yes.
Ooh, okay. Red.
Carpet. Carpet?
Carpet.
Why carpet? That's
Red
interesting.
carpet.
Oh, walking the red carpet. Okay.
Apple.
Because that's the first thing.
Apple.
Red apple fruit.
Yeah, apple.
Red cream.
Let's see. Love.
Heartfelt.
Desert.
Damn, Rico.
Rico really like.
No, I'm dead serious. No, dead ass. Like
to your
desert. Like nothing dry.
Really?
I mean, look, the only reason why I've been saying this lately is because I've literally been in my bag. I've been working nonstop.
Wait, desert, everything.
Is Cookie Shop closed?
Oh, they fired me.
Oh, okay.
COVID got that ass right together. They wanted to get rid of me anyway. I was cussing their ass out too much every day.
So, who turn is it?
Mine. Treasure box.
Treasure box.
Or treasure chest.
I think of seashells.
I think me.
Treasure box.
Treasure box. Y'all got some other stuff. I'm playing this game. Like, really playing this game.
That makes you feel, but then
He is crazy.
y'all, if you do not, well, they know me, but if y'all don't know me, I'm retarded. I say anything out my mouth.
Crazy. Okay, so when me and Rico first started back hanging out, our first, I wouldn't even call it no date. We went to a sip and paint.
That was my birthday.
Sip and
I
paint.
always want to do one of those.
I deleted all those pictures, so I can't show you.
Okay. But what happened?
It was just like, how is that? Well, once again, I say I can't call it necessarily our first date, but it kind of really was.
That was our first day.
Yeah, our first
Yeah.
date. Mm-hmm. He took us to a nude sip and paint.
I mean, that lets you know, straight. I'm a Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope though. That's like, out of the box,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's turning? Oh, it's Rico's turn.
Oh, Paul.
P-Valley.
Yeah.
I have not watched it.
You guys, I felt the same. I was like, girl, they overhyping this show.
I'm gonna have to give you my Amazon login because I got the stars app.
Girl, I watched that show.
Okay.
I literally watched that show and stayed up all night.
I've been seeing people, like even girls, I've been
I've seen straight men talk about it. And they do some very
vulgar.
realistic stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, when he had, I said, oh, girl, y'all really gonna do all this on TV?
He spit.
Yeah,
That spitting shit.
Girl, if you saw what he was doing, you would have been like, wow.
I'm gonna look at it.
And then,
I'm looking at it tomorrow.
I know we split, but I love P-Valley because I love Uncle Clifford.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who's comfortable enough with their body to be doing all that on TV and being big and thick.
And you can tell it ain't no surgery or anything
No,
like
that's
that.
him.
It's all him.
He thick. It must have been an hour and an hour. But I commend him because
Who did
season
you
2 of the Mister,
I'm
Yeah,
down.
it's me.
season 2 of the Mister, I got a little shot, something similar to his.
Really?
I have a whole sex scene.
Y'all actually be having sex on? Oh, okay.
Everything be covered up, but it looked like it don't be. Like I had a whole thong on when I was sitting on top of that boy.
Lord.
But yeah, I'm assed out, stomach out, and you know for me not to have a shirt,
Mm-hmm.
I was very uncomfortable.
What happened? What's going on with Fit? Because I haven't seen them doing anything.
I don't know. Right now, he hasn't reached out to any of us for any kind of like special events or anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because of COVID, a lot of things
COVID.
stopped a lot of things. Because they had the resort that they have. We usually go to the big boy prize.
Mm-hmm.
We usually promote the stuff at all the different prizes and stuff, but there's nothing happening.
Yeah.
So it's like,
So is anything going on this weekend? Well, not this weekend, but next weekend.
oh yeah, they got City Girls coming in. They got Mulatto performing. They got 5 different clubs open all next week.
But you're gonna be in New York
The week after.
the week after next. Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
but the gag is they're not doing any performers, like any LGBT performers. Because I reached out to a lot of the different, promoters, and their whole thing is, well, a lot of the clubs don't want live events because of the fact that they don't want to try to get everything packed out. But y'all got the City Girls, so y'all about to have a club wall to wall.
Yeah, a lot of them know how to walk.
Well, she's at the pool party.
Oh, she's at the pool. Yeah,
See, I can wear my shirt to a pool party.
That shirt not that bad.
Actually, don't want to see me in that shirt.
Anyway, so what you had said, church box?
Treasure box.
I
Yes.
thought we had moved past that.
No, you never said. I said.
Oh no,
I
he said pole.
Pole. and you
I said pole. I said
yeah,
P-Valley.
Stripper pole.
P-Valley.
I really think of Zoe.
And we're back. So to wrap things up, Rico, what do you have going on? Like, what's getting ready to happen? You didn't pretty much say everything. I know you got your New York Fashion Week. You got some performances going on. But what else can we look forward to that you have not put out into the social media realm? Anything you're working on? Just kind of like We can get a little.
Well, once I leave here, I go start filming season 2 of The Mister, which comes out in a couple of months.
Okay.
I start filming Frenergy in about another month, which is season 2 of that. I have a short film that I'm shooting right when I get back from New York. I have a video with Bugs Gutter, Buzz Clown, and Till It coming out. What else?
Have you and Santana, like, have y'all exchanged any sort of information?
We've talked via Instagram.
Because I know he was like shaking his ass at one of your performances.
Yes, he was at the club and he did hop on stage and he did give me confirmation that he liked my song. And we exchanged, words the next day on Instagram, but that's about it. I haven't had no extensive long conversation about that, but he was like, I like your music, keep going, it's cool, just do you and enjoy yourself. And I was like, okay, thank you.
Live your truth,
Live your truth and live your dream.
All about it. Make sure, what is it, your social media handles so people can go.
Rico World 1988, Rico World 1988, Rico World 1988 on Instagram. Rico Cassadine on Facebook. Rico World 2007 or 19. Rico World 2007 on Twitter. No free Twitter. Regular Twitter. The most you're gonna see is draws. That's about it.
Jockstrap.
I am into jockstraps.
Clearly, baby.
I love them. Just bought a whole bunch of new ones. Yeah, that's about it. But the majority of the time you'll catch up-to-date things going on with me on Instagram. Sometimes on Facebook, but majority of the time you'll catch me on Instagram.
Rico World 1988.
That is it.
Yeah, so we thank you so much.
Wait, hey, if you haven't, download Scorpion's thing on all musical platforms right now. iTunes, Tidal, Spotify, YouTube, Google. Go out and download.
Can they go to your bio and be able to
It should be a link in my bio.
So make sure you go, down
Scorpion's thing is out.
And it's on our story.
Yeah.
I reposted on the story, so you can go and tap on there if
it's a nice bob.
Yes.
It's a good little bob.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You'll
sir.
enjoy yourself. If you listen to some songs, make sure you
That make you
straight
wanna
with your friendships and your boyfriends, because some songs make you want to fight, and then you got some songs that make you want to fuck. So just
figure it out.
Pick your poison, exactly. So we thank you so much for joining us at Generation Empowerment. You are, you and Jay got y'all personal thing, but Jay said I'll take all his friends. Don't be talking to Rico.
Everybody, this is what I look like in my head. I don't know if y'all seen her stand up, but that's how I think I look like in my head.
Woo, baby. See me in 20 more.
I ain't too
20
far off.
lost.
I ain't too far off.
see me by December.
I like your way.
Baby, see me in December. Show you some pictures of you. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Like we said, next season will be Body Confidence. We will be starting that Monday. So if you guys do want to tune in, we will put everything up as far as what park we're going to go to, what days, what times, and we can accommodate and switch some things if you really want to and you got work or whatever the situation may be. But you can hit us up in our DM, you can email us. Everything is on Generation Empowerment _. You can catch J-Man at
J_man_2020.
You can catch me at Empower You _. And we thank you so much, and we'll see you next Saturday at 4 p.m.